All right, I'm really excited today for the opportunity to be um, on a video here with Corey Frogley, the CEO of BlueIQ. Corey, grateful you're taking some time to jump online here with me and show me some of the benefits and features of BlueIQ.
Yeah, Kev, it's an exciting time, and thanks for having me on the show. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, we're really excited. Just so everybody knows, I've known Corey for a little over a year, probably about a year and a half now, and really stayed engaged with him over that time and watched the evolution of BlueIQ and watched the product really kind of come full circle to where it's at today. And exciting to announce that Mango is actively working with BlueIQ on an integration. This will be an integration that will really drive, I think, a lot of value for practices in the dental space as well as the chiropractic space, which we're really excited about. But Corey, to kick it off, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and a little bit about BlueIQ and what you guys are doing?
Heck yeah! Again, like a lot of your listeners here, I was you, right? I was in practice. I'm a doctor. I uh, I really was blessed to not only be a chiropractor, but work really close with dentists. And I know that's kind of a crazy connection, but in the world that I came from, um, I started working with dentists and developing some protocols for TMJ and bites and headaches and some really cool things. And again, our practice was really successful. We grew really fast. We started realizing there were holes in the ability to run the practice and keep up with that growth to keep the patients, right? It was one thing to get the patients, but to keep them, which is what really helps continue to grow the practice and build a team. Like we went from one employee to 10 pretty fast. And then
Wow.
I actually partnered with my business partner and we grew it to almost 40 employees under one roof, it was busy, it was crazy. And so we needed better tools. And so we actually got into some consulting and helping other practices scale. And just in that world, we kept getting asked by other doctors, other dentists and chiropractors saying, man, we need like tools to run the practice. It's one thing to have a patient management system. We need a practice management system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where the light bulb went off. And this was a while ago. I mean, we're going on about 7 years ago that we first had this concept of building this. And so we went to work. We built our first kind of beta test product, and we took it to market. We actually brought on over 500 locations with that product, and had a lot of great success. It just didn't have the automation that we needed. And so 3 years ago, we went back to the drawing board and really began building our infrastructure of automation. We built our integrations for Open Dental and Dentrix and EagleSoft and the chiropractic space. And again, a lot of excitement. You know, we're killing it with helping these doctors grow, but there's still this gap. And this is what got me really excited with Mango, because being able to have the tools, the one single place to manage the operations of your practice, your overhead, your team accountability, reward your team for growth, prioritize daily tasks that need to be done, automate some of those tasks so that you can
Mm-hmm.
leverage time and scale your practice. And it's exciting, Kev.
Wow, that's really exciting. Yeah, I think as we talk to a lot of dentists, a lot of their feedback is similar to what you said, which is, hey, listen, I need these reports. And in fact, I talked to one the other day, and she mentioned the amount of time that she has to spend going into the PMS system and trying to extrapolate this data and then, getting it in CSV form and
Yeah.
essentially having to manipulate that data. My question to her is, how much time per week and per month do you think you're spending on trying to aggregate this data so that you can understand it? She just said, you know, 10 to 20 hours a month she's spending on trying to aggregate this data and making sense of it. And then it becomes even more complex, right? When you're trying to overlay that with other data.
Yeah.
And that's really what BlueIQ has done and given it in a beautiful kind of visualization that helps you make decisions quickly, which is really exciting. Um, so Corey, yeah, why don't you kind of tell us, some of the maybe the top features that BlueIQ offers with regards to helping you manage, your dental or chiropractic business, and really what does that do from a value proposition standpoint? Meaning, what is the value that's brought to the dentist or the chiropractor with the data and the analytics that you provide to them?
Yeah, again, when we began to grow the number of our team members, one of the biggest gaps that we struggled with is how do we get the team to think like a practice owner? How do we get them to make better decisions every day? And by making those better decisions, it actually assists in the practice growth. And, we were pretty good. We had team meetings and the team would show up and they'd sit down and I'd pull up some charts and I would tell them where our holes were in the practice and what we needed to fix to improve those. I'll tell you, with BlueIQ, we wanted to solve that problem. We wanted to bring a dashboard to the industry that gave these tools to the practice where the team members knew why they were hired, what they were hired to, bring to the practice and to the patient experience. Because the more problems we solve in the patient experience and we can get our team members thinking like a practice owner would, they start looking at the holes in the patient experience. Why did a patient not reschedule? Why didn't they pay their bill? Why didn't they schedule their family members while they were here? I mean, just those
Mm-hmm.
little things. And as we began to automate some of that with our home screen, what we call insights, these are your insights to your practice and the revenue opportunities that we bring up in Morning Huddle. We frame out your workflow through the Morning Huddle and the team identifying, here are the key things we need to do today. Here's the sticky spots. Here's potential patients that schedule an appointment that actually might not even show up through our appointment probability profile for a patient, which is killer.
Oh, wow.
Then you can actually use some of this automated communication technology to communicate with the patient and just confirm that they're going to there, so we don't have a hole in the schedule. We look at our top patients that if we do have an open schedule, who would be the best patients to fill those spots? Again, it's like this daily rhythm of building production, building value, and giving tools to the team members, like you said, that saves them 4, 6, 12 hours a week. And I'll tell you, our office managers are like in tears of joy because they now have time to train their team members rather than, go through the data to try to even identify what the problems are. So, you mentioned all that data on your phone. We have an amazing mobile app that allows the team to have access to the data that they need. Security parameters, we connect to marketing data, we connect to your patient management data, we connect to your financial data. Again, doctors having dashboards rather than spreadsheets is what was killing them. And it's now
Mm-hmm.
launched them into these business tools that is changing this world of doctorpreneur, right? Giving the doctors the ability to run and manage the practices and still focus on patients. Like BlueIQ will take care of you. It will take care of your practice.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. What do you see from how many dentists? So you talk about this concept of a daily huddle and really managing the practice and essentially kind of leading in front, right? And knowing what your metrics are. What do you see when you talk to dentists? Are a lot of dentists doing this daily huddle? And if they're not, is it because they don't have the data and the analytics to be able to present?
That's a great question. I was running morning huddles with my team even before we had tools like this, but they just weren't that effective. We would pull up the actual patient management system and look at the schedule, but it didn't tell us the things that we needed to know. So when we really began automating this and teaching these other practices to run the morning huddle, all of a sudden their eyes were open to, oh, if we just did these little things that don't really take any more time, it's just the team being aware of them and focused on them. It's the team doing the right thing every day that builds the momentum of a beautiful week into a beautiful month, into a beautiful quarter, and your most
Mm-hmm.
profitable year ever. And that's the power of our revenue opportunity center that drives and runs the Morning Huddle Forum. So you follow the flow, and the whole team's now ready to go.
Yeah. What have you seen along those lines too of dentists that you've talked to that have, signed up with BlueIQ and brought it on and started doing these morning huddles and really managing their practice? What's the feedback, not only from an operation standpoint, but from a financial impact that this has had on those practices?
That's a great question, Kevin. We are growing practices 20 to 200% in 6 to 12
Wow.
months. I mean, it's crazy.
Wow.
And it's not because you have to hire more people. It's actually because of the levers of efficiency. And this is all about this whole, become a BlueIQ accelerator. It's becoming each team member focused on the things that are meant daily to drive practice revenues. And when you start building, habits around those things in the practice, it's what pays off. And one of the coolest things that we do, and this is one of our offers we're willing to do for your audience, Kev, is to do what we call a practice profitability breakthrough session. This is one of the most powerful things you've ever seen, because what we'll do, it's HIPAA compliant. We'll tap into your Dentrix or to your patient management system. We'll pull in that data, and we'll run an analysis for you on your missed opportunities, where you left money on the table this year, where your biggest holes in your bucket are right now. And then we will take that through a projection that will show you that if you just close these holes and implemented just a few of these workflows, what that will project into next year. Now, when we're recording this, right, we're wrapping up 2020, not the best year for any of us, and running into 2021. Well, the coolest things is with the doctors that are using BlueIQ, coming out of COVID, Kevin, they're actually crushing it. They are doing better than they were doing going into COVID.
Wow.
And so going into 2021, right, it's really important that we identify what are your growth levers? What are your opportunities going into this next year? BlueIQ will take you through that in 20 minutes, completely HIPAA compliant. You get a beautiful, in fact, I think I have it. Look at this. I got it right here. You get a beautiful document that's all done for you,
Wow.
filled out, so you can see these numbers. And even if you didn't sign up for BlueIQ and you just implemented some of these workflows and focus, you're still going to see growth next year. But obviously with BlueIQ, taking this, it will automate it for you, help you implement it, and absolutely take your practice to the next level.
Wow, that's amazing. So you heard it here. A practice profitability analysis from BlueIQ, completely free. They'll provide you, a booklet with the data that they've been able to extract and help you with, and be able to help your practice. I mean, what an amazing opportunity. That seems like a no-brainer to be able to jump on that and say, especially, I think you bring up a great point, Corey, which is, hey, it's the end of the year. And a lot of us are now in the goal setting or, working on budgets and forecasts for 2021 and saying, okay, what do I need to do within my practice or my business to be able to hit my goals and the things I want to accomplish in 2021? Well, a big way we do that is through data and understanding how our practice is, right? I'm a huge believer in, good quality data. And if you've got those kind of KPIs and those key points that you can look at, it helps you make such better decisions, right? Because, we talk to a lot of people and you probably hear this all the time too, Corey, which is, well, what are you basing these decisions on? Well, it's kind of my gut and what I think is right.
Yeah.
It's always good to have that data because it takes the ambiguity out of it and it creates clarity and understanding and helps us all make better decisions. So make sure when you call BlueIQ, tell them that you heard this on the Mango podcast, and they'll take care of you. And I've actually seen what the product looks like and what they're doing, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm reminded we did a demo not long ago, Corey, if you remember, and Corey was talking specifically about recall and what BlueIQ can do from a recall standpoint. And I remember the dentist said, well, if I can get one patient back in, that essentially pays for BlueIQ for the month. Just one patient.
All day long.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get asked the question all the time, who does this work for, right? Who is BlueIQ for? And whether you're a dentist or chiropractor just coming out of school, if you want to fill the gap between dental or chiropractic school and the business world, BlueIQ's got your back. Like, it will fill in those gaps and help you build daily habits that is going to allow you to grow any type of practice or practice brand you want to. I don't care if you've been in practice for 25 years and you're a single doctor, eventually you're going to exit, right? You need a profitable practice. You need to know your numbers. You need to have systems in place to make that practice valuable. BlueIQ's got your back, right? I don't care if you're ready to scale and open up multiple locations. We are one of the only intelligent dashboards that has a dashboard that allows you to access all of your locations in one place and look at comparison and different provider metrics. And oh my gosh, it's exciting. You're gonna love the tools here. So again, whether you're just starting out, you've been in practice for a long time, you're just ready to take your practice to the next level, BlueIQ allows you to focus either as the doctor on the patient, and BlueIQ will focus on the business. And or if you're now in operations already, you've stepped out of patient care, you're in operations, this is a tool. It's like being in construction without a hammer. You just can't go to work and be effective without it.
Yeah, it sounds like there's definitely a broad application here and what it can do for the practice. Um, Corey, tell us, what PMSs are you integrated with? And I think that's a question we get a lot when people call us, especially with some of our integration partners, is what PMS is this integrated with? So who do you have exposure to on the PMS side?
Yeah, so in dental, we're connecting into Dentrix G Series. We're connecting to Open Dental All versions and your EagleSoft. So we can cover the majority of the market, right? For those of you who are chiropractic, we connect to ChiroTouch and Genesis, with more integrations coming very soon. So definitely check with us. And then the cool thing is we also connect into your QuickBooks Online, Google Analytics, Facebook marketing. And then what we're extremely excited about, Kevin, which is why we're talking, is this Mango integration, which, oh my gosh, when you guys see the feature list that we'll be rolling out here, you guys your jaw's going to be on the floor. Like the ability to automate and make your front desk life so much easier, make your life so much better because you have a full schedule. It's a game changer.
Yeah, we're really excited. Corey's really laid out some features that he envisioned building in BlueIQ that leverages the backbone of Mango, and we're really excited to continue to work on those with him. We've actually been working on kind of some core technology to be able to meet his demands, and we're really excited about the things he's doing. I feel like the integration with Mango is going to drive a lot of value for Mango customers as well as BlueIQ customers and those in the dental and chiropractic space, which we're really excited about. Now, Corey, you bring up another point, which I don't think you've really touched on, that is really, really important from a practice standpoint, is the marketing analytics. Yeah. So you've kind of touched on the business side and understanding the business and driving, revenue and value there, but tell us what you're doing on the marketing side.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting, Kev, because as many providers know, if you're going to bring on another associate doctor, if you're going to open up a multidisciplinary practice, if you're going to open up another location, you've got to have new patients. And so knowing what marketing is working and what's not is so key. And when I talk to a lot of providers and I ask them this one key metric, I ask them, what is your new patient acquisition cost? Just tell me that number. And they can't answer that. And then I ask them, what is the lifetime value of your new patients right now? And they can't answer that. These are all things BlueIQ just automates for you. This is the intelligence that I'm talking about, because we teach these different concepts of marketing. There's 6 lead funnels, and by balance loading your funnels and understanding how to work with agencies, or not an agency, but you need to know what key data you need to be talking to your agency about. Like, you need to know your numbers better than the agency knows their numbers. Yep. And we give you that. it brings it right into the dashboard. So you have those numbers. You can meet with your agency or your marketing team or your marketing person. And by knowing these numbers, you have benchmarks that really show what is successful versus what's not, right? It would be like going into a board game, Kevin. I was just playing a board game with my kids and my wife yesterday, little Sunday afternoon board games. Like, if you don't know the rules of the board game, it's really hard to build a strategy around how to win the game.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what this is. It's giving you the marketing data that you need to know how to win the new patient game. And then, of course, we also fill the whole back end, which is now how to keep those patients long term. So it's a complete data set system of the patient journey.
Wow, that's amazing. So overlaying all your marketing data, right, bringing it from Google Analytics. And I don't know if you guys caught what he said too, is they're actually connected with QuickBooks. So they're now bringing in your GL into the picture and allow you to overlay data with your GL, which is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And I think you said it right, is when we go into marketing efforts, it can be a bit of a black hole, right? You're not quite sure, are we, what's our return? We're all worried about what's our return on investment, and understanding that. But specifically when it comes to marketing, that can be a bit ambiguous in nature. And so, what Corey's saying is, listen, we take the marketing data and we present it to you and help you understand, are your marketing efforts working? And, where can you allocate capital to get the best return on your dollars, which is really powerful and something that collectively we're all worried about, and needing to focus on even more. So that's another powerful feature that BlueIQ offers the marketplace that is really, really exciting.
Yeah. Yep.
So
That's one of those pieces that we fill that gap, so you can just make better decisions, more profitable decisions.
yeah. So Corey, as we wrap up here, how can people get a hold of BlueIQ? What's the best way to reach out and get a hold of somebody at BlueIQ?
I appreciate that. Yeah, if you just go to getblueiq.com, that's GETBLUEIQ.com, you'll see a button, you can see a demo. But if you give us a call, we will schedule you the practice profitability blueprint. Again, we will pull your data, look at this from last year, compare it to the data feature sets of what's coming for this next year, exactly what to focus on, show you exactly what levers of the master profit formula for the practice of where you can scale. And it's just again, a beautiful experience. It's free for the Mango customers. So the phone number is right there on the top corner of the website. Just again, go to getblueiq.com, and we can't wait to meet you and again, get you guys up and running.
Awesome. So everybody take advantage of that. Go to the website, give them a call, have them look at your data, see what you can do to create efficiencies and drive value, get the report back, help yourself, position yourself for 2021 to be as successful as possible. And Corey, so grateful for your time. It's always good to chat with you. And I think next time we do this, hopefully we'll jump on here and announce the integration's complete and what the integration will do. It's been a long time coming, but we're excited that we're now going down that path and making that happen. So I'll look forward to jumping on here next time with you and announcing to everybody that the BlueIQ Mango Voice integration is complete, which we're super excited about. And we're grateful to be able to be an integration partner with Corey and his whole team. I mean, they're amazing.